10:23. I know that I make a lot of jokes about living in the backwoods and in Bumpkinsville, but for the last 2 days we have had an escaped inmate. Actually, we started out with 2. They caught 1, so there's still 1 floating around, and it's probably within a 2-mile radius of my house, wherever he's hiding at. So he's hunkering down during the day, and then he moves at night. And so we've got helicopters and all types of stuff. You're saying, Mama Liz, do I need to worry about you? No, you don't need to worry about me. But it is so frustrating to watch local law enforcement completely, just completely inept. So one of the 2 that got loose was being housed for another county, which is about an hour away, on murder charges. And yet he was just roaming in Gen Pop, able to get to the back door. Now, and you know, when I worked in law enforcement, if you had a certain aggressive crime or above, you were not allowed to roam. You had to stay in your cell. If you did come out, you had a belt shackle, a double set of shackles, and 2 guards with you. And that was how you were treated, for your safety as well as everybody else's. And then if you try to get loose, Tower had multiple traps to stop you from actually reaching the great outside world. I mean, that's kind of why they build prisons that way. Woo, hello. So it's just kind of funny to know that a jail super close to me just had somebody there awaiting murder trial in general population, roaming around, fixing to go to the rec room, and got loose. Not only got loose, got out through like the back sally port of booking, stole an employee or a sheriff's vehicle. Here's where the funny thing starts. He and his little friend that escaped went down a dead-end road and wrecked the car and had to flee on foot. Stole another vehicle, backtracked on their own trails, going back toward the jail they just got out of, put themselves closer to the physical town, the city limits, wrecked a white pickup truck that they stole at night. White at night. I mean, I know you have to be opportunistic, but that just kind of defeats the purpose of not sticking out like a sore thumb. Wrecked that, ditched, and is over in the wilds near the city lake where our biggest bear population is and some of our meanest people live. I mean, they've put themselves in a bad position. And then other people saying, oh, well, they've seen him at the road on Walmart. He had to go get new clothes. Whatever, I can't confirm that. And then other people saying, well, he's actually close to where you live. And that doesn't surprise me because the helicopter is flying over my house a lot. Yesterday it did a little bit, but today it did it a lot. So it's just, number one, it's sad to see this occur when there's so many safeties in place for it not to occur. But it's also funny to watch somebody get released in a very rural area that doesn't know the topography, the layout, doesn't understand how dangerous the people are, and doesn't understand that there's only a few roads that lead out, and you have to literally slide down the mountain to get off this place, and you're going to be noticed because there's so few avenues to get out of here. And so I just feel like perhaps we as a community should send them, once they're both apprehended. One of them is in custody, but once they're both apprehended, I feel like we as a community should send them a little card of condolences that says, here are some clues for next time. Look at a map of the county you're being housed in. Pay attention to state and county roads. Understand the little tips between odd and even numbers of state and county highways. Perhaps don't do this on a whim and wait until you have outside help. You know, it's just kind of like, I mean, they're not making it to the inmate Olympics this year, y'all. I mean, I'm giving them a 3.4 out of 10, and that's a solid 1 point just gesture of sympathy on my behalf. So it's just frustrating I live a life because of my careers where I always kind of am looking over my shoulder and paying attention, but it sucks to have to do it more so and to know that all the people around you are having to do the same thing. And it sucks to know also that there's a family out there that is terribly concerned for their loved one who has made a plethora of bad decisions and now just dolloped another one right on top. nobody is benefiting from this. So yeah, it's just been, the last couple of days have been hectic. And I've had like massive migraines because we've had a lot of weather moving through, and the humidity is just horrible right now. But yeah, that's been the last couple of days in my neck of the woods. Oh, it's just been glorious. I'm just here to tell you. But you know, if I could say that these boys were like anything, I mean, I think they, you know, they both committed some big crimes. They've got big eyeballs. They, you know, their eyes is bigger than their bellies, so the saying goes. And they've done some horrible things. Perhaps if somebody had interceded earlier in life, they would have made better decisions, and whatever caused them to create this path wouldn't have happened. But if I had like an analogy, I'd be like, okay, these are like, you know, those young boys are like those 2 brand new Walker pups you get that are chomping at the bit. They've got a good jaw on them. It rains through the forest. You have high expectations. You're so proud of them. And then you take them hunting and you drop the tailgate and nothing. Because to have been loose for about 36 to 40 hours now, and to still be within 2 miles of your point of escape, have one of you's already in custody, and the other now sighted closer than they were when the other one was apprehended, closer to the jail. I mean, it's like he's going back to the jail. It's just crazy. I just don't know who to feel sorrier for at this point. It's just been a weird couple of days in my world. Yeah. How's it hanging in y'all's holler? Please tell me y'all are not going through something like this too. Oh, that's it for tonight, y'all. Mama Liz out. I gotta go patrol. Okay, just editing and chiming in with one more thing. The reason why this makes me so antsy is the longer that it goes on, the longer that he's not taken into custody, the antsier people around here get, and the more likely it comes to be that somebody's probably going to get injured or shot or hurt, because everybody's knickers are getting in a twist. And people around here are getting irritated because they don't like to live, you know, we live in the country for a reason. We don't like to live in constant fear and have to look over our shoulders. That's why we live in the country. We have a pretty relaxed life here. So people are not happy with having to worry more about their family and their kids and their wives and stuff when they're gone to work during the day and stuff than they should have to be. And yeah, the longer this goes on, the more angry and volatile the citizens here are going to be, and the more likely it is that something bad will happen, that he will not be apprehended safely, that he will cross the fence line of somebody that has no fricks to give. And so I'm anxious to see how this ends. Concerned for everybody, the inmate included, because, you know, something, bad decisions are bad decisions, and yeah, you make bad decisions, but his bad decisions doesn't mean that his life should be in danger to the point it is right now. But at the same time, he's endangering an entire county just from the hostility and the animosity and the anxiety that's going on right now. So yeah, it's a catch-22. It's just, you know, everybody's butt's in a sling here, and I'm anxious to see how it resolves, and I hope it resolves better than I anticipate. I don't have a good feeling about this, y'all.